Welcome to another edition of this assembly. This is your servant, your host, your servant of Yahweh, Soya, and I like to point out that, yes, for this series I am wearing red because this series is entitled Redlined, so I had to, be a little theatrical. That being said, let's get started, and we're in chapter 27 of Bere'Shiyth of Genesis, verse 1 through 4. And it came to pass that when Yitzchak was old, his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau his eldest son, and said unto him, My son. And he said unto him, Behold, here am I. And he said, Behold now, I am old, I know not the day of my death. Now therefore take, I pray you, your weapons, your quiver and your bow, and go out to the field, and take me some venison, and make me savory meat, such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, that my soul may bless you before I die. Yitzchak bid his eldest son Esau to use his skills as a hunter to kill a deer. Yitzchak wanted him to prepare for him a meal of venison such that he loves. Apparently, Esau had done this before, and Yitzchak was quite fond of the meal he prepared for him. And that is what he wanted of Esau before he died. He wanted to go to sleep with a satisfied belly. In exchange for his services, Yitzchak would bless him. This blessing would not be given for free. It was an exchange. Now, I just like to point out here that this must have taken quite a few years, because in just a few verses ago, Yitzchak was about 40 or so, and he was concerned about his woman being taken from him. Now he's old, so a lot of things had to have taken place during this time period. Esau had to have, plenty of children by this time. And I would imagine that Yaakov did as well. They may have been grandparents by then. This was quite some time had passed by. Also, it says that Esau had been making his father venison. So it's curious as to why it is he was so hungry when he was dealing with the brother that he would sell him his birthright for some food when he could have made his own self some food. Sounds kind of crazy, right? All right, I didn't write it. That's my favorite disclaimer. I didn't write this. Verse 5. And Rivkah heard when Yitzchak spoke to Esau his son. And Esau went to the field to hunt for venison and to bring it. Esau went right out to do what he was bid of. He was going to get that blessing. He already gave away his birthright. So now he's going to get his father's dying blessing. This red-haired dude about to go kill a deer, he's going to get this blessing. All right? But his mother heard it. Verse 6, And Rivkah spoke unto Yaakov, her son, saying, Behold, I heard your father speak unto Esau your brother, saying. She heard. She was paying attention. She was not just listening. She heard and understood what the words meant. She was interested in what Abraham was speaking to his son. Now she's speaking to her son. What he said to his son may affect her son. Verse 7, Bring me venison and make me savory meat, that I may eat and bless you before Yahuwah, before my death. She was really paying close attention. She heard What he did not say, that he, Abraham, would bless him before Yahuwah. She also noted that this meal and blessing would occur before his death. So there wasn't much time to spare. Therefore, this would be a last meal and a last blessing. That in turn meant that there would be no blessing for Yaakov, her son. She couldn't have that now, could she? Verse 8.
Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I command you.
Rivka is giving her son a command. He must obey. She specified and said, obey my voice. She was not speaking on behalf of Yitzchak. She was speaking on behalf of herself. Verse 9. Go now to the flock and fetch me from thence 2 kids of the goats, and I will make them savory meat for your father, such as he loves. She told him to fetch 2 kids of the goats. Yitzchak requested venison from his son Esau. Rivka said get 2 young goats. But she knows her man. She knew that she could prepare the meat to where it would be so good that Yitzchak would not know and would not taste the difference. Now, I don't know what a young kid of a goat tastes like. I wouldn't know if it tastes like venison or not, but apparently Rivka knew how to dress it so that Yitzchak, who had been used to eating these 2 types of meats, wouldn't know the difference. Or maybe it could be also that, seeing how he was near death, that age had affected his taste buds, and she understood that and knew she could manipulate it. All right, verse 10. And you shall bring it to your father, that he may eat, and that he may bless you before his death. Verse 11. And Yaakov said to Rivka his mother, behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. Here it is reiterated that although they were twins, Esau and Yaakov looked nothing alike. Esau was red and hairy. Yaakov was brown and smooth. Their personalities, purpose, and what was important to them differed as well. Here, Yaakov expresses a concern that his father would be able to know that he was not his brother because of his smooth skin. Verse 12. My father perchance will feel me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver, and I shall bring a curse upon me and not a blessing. Yitzchak was worried he would seem a deceiver. He was a deceiver, along with his mother Rivka. Verse 13. And his mother said unto him, upon me be your curse, my son. Only obey my voice, and go fetch me them. Rivka is accepting all responsibility for any consequences to their actions, to Yaakov's actions. So she said, just do what I said, and no one else just do what I say, and no one else concerning this thing. Go get me them kids. She wanted them goats. She had work to do. Verses 14 through 16. And he went and fetched and brought them to his mother. His mother made savory meat, such as his father loved. And Rivka took goodly raiment of her eldest son Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them upon Yaakov, her younger son. And she put the skins of the kids of the goats upon his hands, and upon the smooth of his neck. The kids will serve a dual purpose in this scheme. First, they will be used to disguise the smooth skin of Yaakov. Since he has smooth skin, Rivka needs to make his skin seem hairy like his brother's. So she figured that the fur of the kids is similar enough in both texture and how it feels. Thin, straight, and soft. Well, I guess if it was thin and straight, it might have been a little prickly too. All of Yitzchak's senses were dull and failing him, So this did not have to be perfect, but close enough to deceive a dying man. It would be used as meat for the meal. Second, although he loved venison, Rivka would prepare the kids meat like that of venison, and he would be none the wiser. After all, his senses were failing him, and taste is a sense. So Rivka she had been plotting. She had been scheming. She knew that her man was at the point of death, and she knew that he was also pretty intelligent. He wasn't obviously going to just speak and take the meat and not be aware of any difference in whom it was that was presenting the meat to him. And Rivka knew this. She knew that just like Yaakov was fearful of, that he may feel him, touch him, smell him, the garments of Esau was to make his scent similar to that of Esau. The fur, so that he feel hairy like Esau. Skin also probably smell like he'd been out with some dead animals. So, she was deceiving all his senses. The only thing that they could not disguise was his voice. He's going to hear his voice. So they'll deal with that later. Verse 17. And she gave Eth the savory meat and Eth the bread, which she had prepared, into the hand of her son Yaakov. Verse 18. And he came into his father and said, My father. And he said, Here am I. Who are you, my son? Yitzchak did not recognize which of his sons was speaking to him. He was deeply infirmed and not capable of using his senses, or should I say his sense of hearing, to make a positive distinction. Verse 19. And Yaakov said unto his father, I am Esau, your firstborn. I have done according as you bade me. Arise, I pray you, sit and eat of my venison, that your soul may bless me. Yaakov is having a conversation the one way he is not mentioned as having disguise, using his own voice. Perhaps their voices sounded similar enough to where Yitzchak would have had difficulty distinguishing them anyway. Since he is old and near death, he is particularly vulnerable to an inability to distinguish their voices, and Yaakov is keenly aware and using this vulnerability against his father. So just consider today how old folks, elderly folks, are victims of all kinds of scams. They can't distinguish that the intent of the people with whom they think they're conducting good business, righteous business, that these people are plotting to steal from them. So consider that when you read these verses of how Rivka and her son Yaakov deceived an elderly dying man. It's not much different from what's going on today. All right. Verse 20. And Yitzchak said unto his son, How is it that you have found it so quickly, my son? And he said, Because Yahuwah Elohika brought it to me. Yitzchak can sense something is amiss. He remembers how Esau went out to hunt and took a certain amount of time to bring back his kill. This has happened too quickly and is suspicious to Yitzchak. Now, the answer given to him is quite crazy to me because Yaakov lied using the name of Yahuwah. That, my friends, is called taking the name of Yahuwah in vain. So how he pulled this off, we'll see on the next episode of this assembly. I'm your host, servant of Yahuwah Soya, and hope you enjoyed this good day.